do you say when there are no words? Feel a song that's never been heard. How do you know when you hear the call? What do you do when you've done it all? Cannonball, 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 cannonball. It's not what you do, it's how you do. Be anything you want to be. It's not what you got, it's how you use it. You be you and I'll be me, it's just a matter of style. You can't fake it, mile after mile, feeling free. If you got the soul, you can make it. Move 'em out, let 'em roll, from sea to shining sea. Ball, cannonball. What do you do when the mountain is there? How do you answer the challenging day? And when your back's against the wall, what do you do when you've done it all? Cannonball, 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 cannonball. It's not what you do, it's how you do. Be anything you want to be. It's not what you got, it's how you use it. You be you and I'll be me, it's just a matter of style. You can't fake it, mile after mile, feeling free. If you got the soul, you can make it. Move 'em out, let 'em roll, from sea to shining.
Yes, indeed. Good afternoon, morning, ladies and gentlemen, mothers, fathers, daughters, sons, brothers, and sisters. This is the Apex Online Racing F1 2017 F2 Sprint Series round number 8, the grand finale here in Abu Dhabi. My name is King-Kodiak, and I will be your commentator throughout these evening's races. We've had a little bit of server issue this evening. Apologies for that. So we've restarted a few times, but we seem to be going down to track. For those unfamiliar with the setup, it is a one-shot qualifying. We have 14 drivers gracing us with their presence this evening around this very technical but very, very famous indeed 21-corner behemoth. It's seen quite a bit of action in its relatively short period of time on the F1 Canada, but here we are nonetheless heading down to track. I'm just waiting for Temple of One to connect, or to confirm its connection, or to drop out, depending on whether he is ready to go. And oh, here we go. So it's a one-shot qualifying that decides the order for round 1. Yes, we all know that bit. And so I'm just waiting for. And what a surprise! It's a bone dry, and of course in the daylight for the qualifying element, we'll get under the lights for the 2 sprint races. Rather a long time before I'm getting an interface to pop up on my screen for some reason. That's oh well, going down to race start, so someone's having a little bit of difficulty. So hopefully we aren't going to lose too many at this stage. Our champion is crowned. ACR Tim is the F2 Sprint Series champion. He is unassailable. He is 65 points in the clear. He cannot be caught no matter which way you cut it. You cannot gain that many points in a single round, even with 2 races in that round. So our champion is crowned, but there's plenty of racing still to do. We now head down trackside. Who are we going to pick up? It is going to be the champion himself. Let us get on board then with ACR Tim. Round the final corner, then heading down to turn 1. Down to 3rd gear then. Hold it over to the right then for the quick turn 2. And then straight away, right-hander for 3. Near non-existent 4. It is there, but only just. Right, then for the very quick 5, 6. A lot of action can happen there. And then hard over to the right for the 180-degree left-hander on the ultra-soft tyres, unsurprisingly. Now the long straight towards turn 8, long DRS zone. And there it is, you just heard the ping to indicate that the DRS is open. Then, as we start heading towards, big lock of a Tim, he's gone very, very deep at turn 8. He's going to compromise him into 9. He's got through that okay. Now the long turn 10. And again, we've seen a fair bit of action going on down here. Anyone who remember the eSports series where Brendan Lee caught the crown, it was along here that he took Fabrizio Donoso to take that actual crown on one of the closing laps. 11, 12, 13 now, left-hander of 14. Get over to the left-hand side with the sun straining your eyes. 15, 16, now heavy on the brakes for 17. It's very easy to throw it too much onto the painted area. Now under the bridge, 18. And he's cut the corner. That may invalidate his lap, but he's going to continue anyway. 20. And then the final turn 21. That's where the pit lane entry is as well. He's going to sprint to the line. The times are going to come in. And it is detainable on the top. Tim did indeed disqualified for that corner cut. As you can see, Tim, Kalon and Coldo all getting caught out. So we have a new pole time. We jumped to AOR Smash, actually, who's jumped into second position, and Tim just parking it out of disgust. And it is detainable with a 136.5. Second is Smash, third Cozzy, fourth Smeed, fifth Skatey, there's a lot of S's in this. Sixth is Saining, 7 Defabe, 8 Escable, 9 is Templar 1, and K is a driver we haven't seen for a while. Is he's listed as 10th, but then we have our those that were disqualified at the bottom, of which there were 5 in the end. K's, Tim, Kalon, Coldo, and Hayden, all for the same reason, just cutting the track somewhere, but almost certainly is probably at nearly the same point. Right then, down to the grid for the first race. 14 laps in this sprint race, and then the top 8 from where they finish will then be reversed for race 2, but we will get to that as and when. Right, let's have a moment then to decide what they're going to do. Setup wise, strategy wise, almost certainly going to be ultra soft to super soft, I would imagine. I can't imagine we're going to get much rain out here in the desert. Looks like we're running this one in daylight, that's absolutely fine. So the players now confirming they are ready to roll. For a few now, detainable Hayden and Coldo. There's Hayden. Ready or not, you're going to be forced down to the grid in 5 seconds anyway. And there we go. Here we are then. 3, 4, 5 lights. Wind them up and let them go. Can Detainable hold on to that lead? He's had a absolutely stonker of a start then. Smash holding off Cozzy. Smeed is right in there. Look at that. That was sailing through to try and do something about it. We've got spin. Oh my goodness me! Massive trouble! Massive trouble. It's the Smeed and Cozzy, the 2 Williams. It's Erskable and Smeed that's come together, the 2 Williams. That's Cozzy that was caught up in there as well. Oh, Defabe is... the Saber is caught out as well. Oh, Skatey gets himself a 5-second stop go for cutting a corner and gaining a place. Ouch, that's going to sting. But, oh goodness me, absolute chaos to start with. But back up to the top then, the Toro Rosso of Detainable, holding off the Force India of Smash, heading down into turn 8. You can see the second Force India there was sailing. He's not doing too badly. That is a Skatey with, that's K's in the Ferrari, trying to do something about it with ATR tip. Oh, and that's trouble. There's impact. Skatey's lost a couple of positions in the Haas. He's straight away under pressure by Kalon. Coming up behind it there, as you can see, on board with the Red Bull. Unfortunately, I didn't catch that in time for the actual pass. And there you can see behind them, that is Templar 1 and... Is that Templar 1 Cozzy? No, that was Templar 1 and Hayden that were side by side. Oh my goodness me! Who is that? That's Kalon! Oh my goodness me, the Red Bull having to do a spin. Goodness me, and we've got a trouble. Everyone's suddenly magically become to do. We've lost our host. It was Coldo that we have lost. Well, we're going to have to try and guess on who's who. We knew that Detainable was leading. Normally in these circumstances the race is restarted, but no one's... I'm not surprised Detainable is wanting to carry on. Well, that's going to make my life a hell of a lot harder. Trying to figure out who's who if everyone is remaining as to do. The race is continuing for now, so we will see What happens? And driver retired. I'm assuming then that's Goldo. It's telling me the name of the person that leaves. That was Templar 1 then. That has gone. That was the Haas driver. We saw him in trouble earlier. His car's going to pull over. I know, his car is... Oh, there we go. I was going to say, I'm sure the car will pull over. Well, the Force India then has taken over the lead. That was Smash. That's got the lead then. Skatey has left the session. I wouldn't be at all surprised if everybody leaves. Yeah, it looks like everybody is leaving the session as is standard. For when, yeah, there we go. Everybody is now going to leave the session. Smash having a victory wiggle to himself. I was in the lead when the server fell over. Oh dear. Oh, I like it. I'm apt considering it's the Pink Panther at the front. Oops, that was nearly an incident there. Oh, terrific. We've had, unfortunately there's been a few server problems this evening. So it looks like the trouble continues. Oh, goodness me. Right, what I'm going to do at this point, I was going to save this until tomorrow, but I'm going to put it out now. You can see that I've killed the feed for now, as the race is going to be restarted, or at least I hope it's going to be restarted, considering most people had left by this stage. Now, a little while ago, I put out a tweet asking for the finale of the main league tomorrow, whether people wanted me to sing the Cannonball Run theme. It had been mentioned before, and I thought I will see what the people think. The people had spoken. The people said what I thought they were going to say, and it was an overwhelming, complete majority yes. You've been warned, people. You have been warned. That's all I'm going to say. It's pre-recorded, so it's not something I have to do live, which is good, because I actually spent most of the day today ill, but bringing myself to do this for you guys. So whilst we are waiting for the server to be restarted, of course, hopefully we'll be we should be resuming the qualifying positions as they were, as you saw them, as the qualifying was done correctly. So hopefully someone's got that. Like I say, you people have been warned. If you don't want this, and I would not blame you, mute for about 3 minutes 20. Otherwise, well, here it is.
Wind them up and let them go! What do you say when there are no words? Feel a song that's never been heard. How do you know when you hear the call? What do you do when you've done it all? Cannonball, cannonball, cannonball. It's not what you do, it's how you do it. Be anything you want to be. It's not what you got, it's how you use it. You be you and I'll be me, it's just a matter of time. You can't fake it. Mile after mile, feeling free. If you got a soul, you can make it. Move them out, let them roll from sea to shining sea. Ball, cannonball. What do you do when the mountain is there? How do you answer the challenging dare? When your back's against the wall, what do you do when you've done it all? Cannonball, cannonball, cannonball. It's not what you do, it's how you do it. Be anything you want to be. It's not what you got, it's how you use it. You be you and I'll be me. It's just a matter of style. You can't fake it. Mile after mile, feeling free. If you got the soul, you can make it. Move them out. Let them roll. From sea to shining sea. Ball. Cannonball. Hey now, cannonball. 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 Ooh, cannonball. Woo-hoo. Cannonball.
You were warned. That's all I'll say. Oh, God, hearing myself do that is actually make my skin crawl. I used to sing a lot back in back in the day, but many moons ago. I am about 300 years old, but the people spoke and the bear answered. What can I say? Right, we are still in the process of reforming the server. I do apologise for this. Sadly, technical gremlins took over. Thank you for those that complimented the singing in the chat there. That's appreciated as well. Missed who it was that was asking what the actual music was. Oh, yes. I'm sorry, I can't pronounce that. Yes, that is the theme from the Cannonball Run film back in 1982, I think. Sung by Ray Stevens and mysteriously not copyrighted, which is why I use it. But it looks like we are getting ourselves back underway again. We have got 14 drivers in with us this time, so hopefully our original drivers are back. If there's any driver swaps going on, any drivers that were not with us at the beginning will start from the back of the field, and that is the collection of which you see. So I am understanding... 1984. Thank you, Billy, for correcting me on that one. And it was used again in its sequel 2 years later. Right. Let's head on down to the field. There's no names in there that I didn't recognise from the first time around. I'm assuming the grid has been manually formed. So those, of course, that were disqualified of corner cutting don't get a reprieve. Unless, of course, they are deciding to run qualifying again. If that is the case, then we will, of course, go through that system once again. I haven't been informed as to what order we are going to do this. But we will see. So it's either going to be straight into a one-shot qualifying or straight down to the grid. I expect it to be the latter. Come on! We want to get this finale underway. Such a shame when we have these technical difficulties. Unfortunately, there's not a lot we can do about it. We have contingency plans in place that involve doing exactly what we're doing, which is where the server is rebuilt. But it does cause these delays, which sadly are unavoidable. But race to start then, so we should be going down to the grid in 10 seconds, or whether the drivers are ready or not. Ooh, come on, come on. Oh, I need to sort my windows out, because I don't have my map handy. There it is. Moving some windows around. Here it is then. Defabi's got to defend this for a second time. 5 lights. Wind him up and let them go. Now, can Smash get back into the lead as he was when the server died down there? As you can see, Smeej and Cozzy side by side. Skate is in there as well. Oh, it's a great start by Smash. Can't quite get back into the lead. We got trouble again. Oh, goodness me, who is that in the back? It's Skatey. After a decent start, he is in the wall. Oh, my goodness me, someone's bounced off the wall. You can see the debris on the right-hand side there. Erzkadel is down there in 13th position. What a disastrous start for them, but it looks like there's less cars involved in Havoc. You can see a lot of action going on in the background of the shop. Also, ATR Tim this time for cutting a corner and gaining a place. Oh, dear, oh, dear. Calder's just fallen to a place too. Hayden in the background. Look at that. That's the entire field streaming down that straight turn. Getting down towards turn 8. Smash having a look at the inside of that turn and just about keeps it clean, but can't quite get the traction he needs to get the position. Smeet is right there with Smash to try and dislodge him. Kays and Temple of One swap in position. That is for 8th place. Look at that. The Force India trying to get side by side yet again with the Toro Rosso coming into turn 11. No such luck there is Cozzy in the Mercedes trying to do something about it. The newly crowned champion ACR Tim is not far behind. He's actually in a pretty decent spot, even though he's got the sunlight in his eyes, to watch this battle. 4 cars long, of which he is the 5th. He's got a bit of a gap between himself and Sailing. Oh, bit of a lock-up then coming into turn 17. Keeps it nice and clean though. This will be where a number of the drivers probably lost their laps. Oh, Timp is really deep. Doesn't get a good drive into 19. There's the other Force India Sailing you can see in the background. Now coming around to complete the first lap. 14 laps in this race. They will pit once for tyres. Oh, you saw Sailing get a massive snap of oversteer there. And who's coming in? It's Kalon with a big bit of ring missing for him on the Red Bull. Keys is in from the Ferrari. It's a shame he had a decent start last time around. Coldo, he's missing a big old bit of wing as well. And Erskable, 4 cars missing bits of front wing. On a track like this, you've got to have as much grip as you could possibly get. So there's no way they can limp on with a big chunk of front wing missing. Detainable now getting into a rhythm and utilising the fact that Smash is under pressure by Smeet. He's trying to build up a bit of a lead. Smash not having as good a run as he did before. That is, Timp has taken that 4th position. Cozzy's trying to take it back. He's gone to the inside for that turn 8, but is too far back from the McLaren to do anything about it now. So Timp is looking to recover from his disastrous qualifying. He was of course disqualified for corner cutting, as we saw on board with him. But that's how easy it is, even for the newly crowned champion. It is easy to make those simple mistakes to bin your lap. Reeling in Smeech now. This is going to release Smash to try and go after Detainable for the lead, as they've just come through that section. Now heading down. Oh, Skatey's got a penalty as well. They're coming up back towards turn 17. Back under the bridge. Whoops. There we go. That's the how the Timp having the best start from near the back of the field. Now currently in 4th. Cozzy's not too far behind. Smeech is not making it easy for the McLaren. Smash gets the fastest lap of the race so far with a 1:38.9. DRS is now enabled. Now we are going to see some shuffling of the pack. I would think Smeech is just staying within DRS by the merest margin. And Temple of One has decided to pit then, so he's had trouble. Unless he is just getting rid of those ultras early. No, he's had problems. He's got no right element to his front wing, so that is a pit stop then for the Renault. Back down to the front. Detaineable's going to have it all to do. Smash within half a second. He's going to have DRS there on that back straight. There you go. You can see the white line on the ground. The DRS popping up. It should be pretty powerful here. And look how the Force India is reading in the Toro Rosso. Can't quite get the move done though. Timp the same on the Williams. He's remained in 4th position. Cozzy was outside of DRS range, so he didn't get that benefit. And now coming down towards, and there's the 2nd DRS zone. Now we're looking for a move from Smash. Then he's had to go to the outside. Well defended by Detainable as they come through that 11, 12, 13, 14 complex. Turn 14 is there. Bollard's still there. He died pretty early last time. Look at that. Timp is all over the back of the Williams on board with the McLaren as they come. Oh my goodness me, I'm not entirely sure he meant to do a dive bomb there, but he threw it on the inside. Oh, Smeech not happy about that. Another impact from the Williams. I don't think Smeech was happy about that at all. That caught him really unawares, but I mean, he's made it stick into 3rd place then for the champ. And Cozzy now is on the back of the Williams, so Smeech can't just concentrate on trying to attack the McLaren back. As Skatey gets his name on the penalty board again. He's got company from that Mercedes. Let's get back out to our lead battle then. Smash. Oh, he's gone very wide. And Temple of One getting his name on the penalty board as well. Through 11, 12, 13, 14 once again. There's 21 corners, but they go through them so incredibly quickly. It's going to be DRS open again. And there it is. And Detainable again, feeling the need to go for the defensive line smash. He's having a look on the inside for turn 8. Can't quite get it done. He backs out of that. Lovely ground camera there. They're now going on to the second DRS zone, and look at that, Detainable sticking really hard to the inside, forcing to go around the outside. There is Timp. He's not in DRS range yet, and that could be a bit of a problem even for him to close down that gap to get back within DRS range, especially as he's got Smeej and Cozzy both within DRS range behind him. So we'll see if the McLaren is able to break away. Ooh, Smeej again getting a bit of a snap oversteer. Actually, Smeej is not in DRS range of ATR Tim. I think he's just lost that time in this sector. So that allows Tim to close in. Actually, now he has done, looking at the timings. He has got within DRS range of the top 3. Oh my goodness me, Smeej bouncing off the wall. Oh, and saw the dead braking board there on the right-hand side. Smeej is fighting hard, and that is Smash that's come in the Force India. He is ditching those Ultra Soft tyres very, very early. It's got to be Super Softs, and indeed it is. The red mark Super Softs going onto that Force India. Quite a few cars needing new carbon fibre on the front. He is not one of them. But Detainable was going to be under all kinds of pressure from ACR Tim. It looked like Tim went a little bit deep into that turn 11, but he's kept it going, kept it smooth. Away he goes, and Smeej, a couple of seconds behind. There is the Williams with the Mercedes of Cozzy in very, very short succession then. So the McLaren has DRS on the Sauber, on the Toro Rosso rather, and the Mercedes has DRS on the Williams. There in the back we could just about see was Sailing, the other Force India. Further back it's Fabe in 6th position. Oh, we've got trouble, and it's Kalon. Oh, the Red Bull runner has lost a wheel. Oh my goodness me, that's a horrific place to have trouble. That is coming down to turn 11, so he's completely overcooked it before he's got to the braking zone and smashed off the wall. He is gone. Kalon is out. What a great shame for Kalon then. It's a shame it left his car in such a terrible position, but Timp now keeping the pressure on Detainable. On board again with the McLaren. And in comes Tim then, so he decided to get rid of those Ultra Softs after lap 5. As has Cozzy by the look of it. So that puts Smeej up into second. Sailing is continuing as well. Detainable retains the lead. Super Softs onto both of them. There is Detainable. I say he's on his own. There's only 3 seconds back to Smeej. Not quite seeing him in that shot. He's kept a fair amount of fuel actually. Looking at his fuel count. As Sailing gets himself a penalty. Pushing a little bit too hard in that Force India. So Cozzy, Tim and Skatey all came in and will no doubt come out on Super Soft tyres. Indeed they have. Oops, bit of a lock up there by the Toro Rosso of Detainable. We're going to have to see if he comes in this time around. Oh, surely then, bear in mind most people have, I would expect. Skatey's still in the pit. Oh, crikey, he was a long time in the pits. Unless Skatey had a stop-go penalty or was held for some reason. He was in there a very, very long time. Here he is, Detainable, still our race leader. Pole sitter and race leader so far throughout this race. Leads Smeej by 3.5 seconds. Through the last few turns now, coming into 17 to come back under that very famous bridge under the hotel. That was a very long camera there. Hayes and Colo having out there side by side. Then it looks like the McLaren and the Ferrari. Oh goodness me, Hayes got a little bit out of shape after that particular battle, it seems. So he's lost some time on Caldo, and in comes Detainable. In comes Smeej. I wouldn't be surprised if they all file in. They do. And Defabe, is he in as well? Yes, he is. So the remaining Ultra Soft runners have all decided to come in. Where's Detainable going to come out? A belting stop then for the Toro Rosso. Where is Smash? Is he going to take it? Where's Detainable? He's going to come out from under the tunnel. It's close. Oh, Detainable just manages to retain the lead, but only just from Smash. Smash pushed as hard as he could, but could not quite get the job done to get the lead back again. So Cozzy comes out in third position in the Mercedes. That's actually gone very badly against him. There is the McLaren side by side with Smeege in the Williams, then on board with the McLaren once again. Both the Williams and the McLaren, and you can see how they're gaining on Cozzy. So that's how powerful the DRS is. So they're running a fair amount of wing here. Oh, don't go 3 wide. Oh, that was a big old impact. That could have been a bit of damage on Tim's car there from Smeege. You're never really going to make a side-by-side work there at turn 11. At turn 8, rather. Now coming down that long straight again into 11 through to 14. Just a very quick series of corners. And Tim having to bide his time. And Hayden apparently is on the ultra soft tyres. So has Hayden not pitted? I thought he had pitted already. He has. Hayden's gone for ultra soft. That can't be right. That's got to be the game lying to me. He has to be on the super soft by now, because I'm sure everybody started on those ultra soft tyres. A Smash gives himself a penalty. Oh, painful. He's fighting for the lead and he's pushed it a little bit too hard. Oh dear, oh dear. Let's get this onto where I wanted it, which is that one. So then, coming up, back up to our lead battle. Smash is trying his best as Tim gets himself a penalty. Goodness me, he's pushing too hard as well. Probably a little bit of frustration. Maybe he's got a tiny bit of damage on that car. We saw him bounce off of Smeege earlier on. Oh, crikey. He's got nothing really to prove. He's already claimed the Drivers' Championship. But races will be races. They will continue to push as hard as they can. But a fair amount of eyes are on this battle at the moment. DRS open on the Force India once again for Smash. Can he do anything against the leader? Not quite, not this time around. Coming into turn 8 and 9. Now this is going to be another opportunity then for Smash on board with the Force India. And it looks like he's too far back to make a move this time. Detainable had a good run out of those 3 corners. Detainable may well be confident in his ability to... Oh, Detainable now! That's pretty much nullified the penalty that Smash has given himself. That's going to be very frustrating for Detainable. He's now going to make it work on track. He can't rely on the penalties to shuffle the order for him. And they are nearly 5 seconds ahead of Cozzy. There you see. Cozzy's defending against Smeege. It'll be why that the Mercedes is slow. Great 3-car battle then with Cozzy, Smeege and Tim as Kays gets his name on the penalty board now. Tim is determined to get past the Williams, but he has... Oh my goodness me, that is brave on the inside of the final turn. Can't quite get the power down when he needs it. But Tim is really piling the pressure on. He's trying very aggressively, it must be said. But no contact so far, other than the one incident previously mentioned. Oh, we've got a trouble. Oh, it's Erskable. We have lost Erskable. That is around... Still got to tell from that particular angle. Oh, it's just after the hotels. It's just under the bridge. And we've got... Oh, Timp! Oh, we've lost the champion. Oh, my goodness me. Timp is out. He's lost that. Well, we saw how hard he was pushing. And that is on the run down. That's the end of the long straight. So, in trying to push so hard to get past Smeege, he's lost it. And lost a wheel. Timp is gone. That's another car out of this race. Goodness me, they are falling like flies. Let's have a look then at this lead battle. So we got 2 pairs of battles going on towards the front. We have, of course, Smash and Detainable for the lead, and Cozzy and Smeege for the final podium position. Look at that, the Williams. Oh, we had a big think about going on the inside of turn 11. Decided against it. Oh, that's getting very close as Hayden and Caldo swap position. The second McLaren has just lost out to the Toro Rosso with trouble in sector. Oh, Temple of One is out. Another wheel loss. It's exactly the same as where Tim lost it. I think that's where we lost Kane on as well. Goodness me. Those curbs are proving pretty vicious. Kays is in a battle for Caldo. I mean, everyone was going to score anyway because there was only 14 cars in the race. But everyone is guaranteed a top 10 finish. We are on board then with the Ferrari, and that up ahead is Hayden. Oh, that's a rather big corner cut on the part of the Ferrari. So you got that one rather misjudged. That's skating in the background, so those four are not all that far apart. As Smeed, Smeed, that's going to hurt your battle for third position. Unfortunately so. 5 laps to go to lap 10 of 14. Detainable hangs on to the lead. He has not lost this lead all race long. He's actually extended the gap between himself and the Force India. Smash with the DRS will of course pull that in. Oh, there's always that kind of very worrying moment where you're closing in on someone that quickly. As Smeed and Cozzy swapping positions. That's not a really helpful camera. And Smeed is there. He is. So the Mercedes has gone ahead. I'm not sure what happened to Smeed there. We couldn't see from that camera angle. Oh, look at that! Detainable and Smash rather, side by side coming through 11 through 14, and just Detainable able to hang on to it. Again, that shows you how powerful the DRS is. That's 0.6 of a second that Smash managed to reel in both DRS zones. Coming under the bridge once again. Just saw Cozzy in the shot there just before the camera changed. So he's looking to get away from Smeed as quickly as he can. Detainable just managing to hang on to the lead as Kays again gets himself a penalty. We saw him slightly misjudge in one of the corners coming up to, well, one of the corners, it was turn 18. He slightly misjudged and cut that one. Around turn 1. These two come. Get slightly out of kilter. It is very hard to recover it. I mean, looking at the attrition rate we've got for this race already. 4 laps to go in this first sprint race. That's not the one I was after. That's the one I was aiming for. So onto our first DRS zone. That's half a second now. So Smash was a little bit closer to Detainable before he deployed the DRS. Detainable having to go for that defensive line. Smash trying to do an outside manoeuvre. He's nosed into the lead. Can he hold on to it? Oh, that damn camera. And he couldn't. Well defended by Detainable. He had a stunning drive through turns 8 through 10. And now, so 8 and 9 rather. So now on that long turn 10, Smash go for the outside manoeuvre again. Detainable making him go the long way round. And he, again, the 14, he just couldn't hold him. Oh, what a switchback. Can he get it done by 14? Little bit of impact between the two, no harm done, but Detainable still hanging on to that lead. What a brilliant battle between these two. Very aggressive, but it's very fair so far. No bits of carbon fibre flying anywhere. Great helicam. Not going to see much at that specific point, sadly. But that's a great shot then, seeing these two weave their way through the twisty section in Sector 3. And Cozzy is reading them in. The more they fight, the more they slow themselves down. But with 3 laps remaining, as we start lap 12, 5 seconds to gain for the Mercedes seems a little bit far-fetched, but penalties still have their part to play. We will see how the race unfolds. Smeed is still in striking race of Cozzy as well. This is a battle for third position. Oh dear! That's an interesting line. And he's taking the souvenir home with him with a bit of polystyrene from that advertising hoarding. Now, again, Smash. DRS open on the Force India. He's 3 tenths away at the point of deploying. This is going to be hard for Detainable to defend. Detainable going to the inside. Smash. Can he do an outside manoeuvre at turn 8? Big old lockup, which again may not be entirely correct. The lockups we see on the spectator cam are sometimes exaggerated. But Smash has got to watch his fuel. He is running it really close to the line. Looking at the numbers in the bottom right hand corner. Now DRS open once again. He's going to go for the inside. Can he slow it down? Oh, goodness me. Detainable had a brilliant drive out of that turn 11 and still retains the lead. The battle continues. What is Detainable's fuel like? He's not much better, to be honest. As Cozzy gets himself on the penalty board, as well as him and Smeed are fighting in much the same way as our two leaders. Oh, hello. There's Sailing that's involved in this battle as well. So this battle's now a 3-way fight going on. Smeed has got back into third position as Kays gets on the penalty board again. Oh dear, Smash overcooking it at turn 20. That's really going to compromise him getting into the final turn. He's still hanging on there. 2 laps to go. Detainable's heart's going to be in his mouth at this point. He's had a belting run here at Abu Dhabi so far. We've still got several battles going on. We saw that battle for third. Battle for sixth is Dhabi and Hayden. They're quite some way back from Sainik as Caldo gets his name on the penalty board as well. He's fighting off Kays. Oh, Kays! Steady! Oh, that was a very scary moment. Skatey's not too far back from that battle either, so pretty much everybody on track is involved in a battle of some description. Look at that! The top two have really broken away from the three you see behind them, but that long camera shot you can see, and now Smash had DRS available. I wonder if his DRS has failed. He's been using it absolutely fine, but suddenly he couldn't open it then. He's opened it that time, so whether that was just a graphical glitch on my side, but it does look like he was 6/10 down this time. He was much closer on the last couple of laps when he was able to use DRS on that first straight. So I wonder if he had a DRS problem or simply forgot to open it. Only he will know. Let's keep an eye also on this battle for third position. That's Kozzy, Smeech and Salink. So Kozzy back into that third place position. Unfortunately, it's impossible for me to keep up with all the battles going on. I kind of thought that the field would be much more spread out than this, but it's fantastic to see. Oh, now look at this. Smash has had a problem somewhere. He's very, very close to falling outside of DRS range as Kays again gets on the penalty board. He's going to have to work very hard to get back in DRS range, and so close. Final lap then in Abu Dhabi for the F2 Sprint Series, race number 1 for round 8. As Kays and Coldo are swapping their position for 8th and 9th. As they head on down to turn 8 for the last time in this race. Through 9. Oh, beg your pardon, that's caught them at the end of the wrong straight. That is 5, 6 and 7 they've just gone through. So now they're just starting. He's just got DRS, but he's nearly 9/10 down before he gets a chance to deploy it. That's going to be very hard for Smash to reel that in. He's going to rely on a mistake from Detainable or possibly penalties. Oh, as he's gone very deep into turn 8. That's going to compromise him through 9 and on to 10. He's going to have DRS, but he's going to be too far back. He's lost time in those last few corners. And that, unless Detainable bins it in these last few turns, last sector, then he is going to come across the line and take the checkered flag, but we'll follow them through nonetheless. What a race it's been. It's been action-packed throughout. It's always what we like to see. Our drivers doing their best to put on a great show. Under the bridge once again. Turn 19. There's 3 turns to go, including that one. Which Detainable no doubt will be all too aware about. So there it is. That's Coldo gets his name on the penalty board, but taking the checker flag is the Toro Rosso of Detainable. And Smash did indeed have a penalty to apply. Detainable didn't. So it was an uphill battle for Smash anyway. Here comes Kozzy at the head of that 3-car train between here. Oh, and that's Smeech throwing his car into the wall. He comes across the line in 4th with a rearranged Williams. Oh, Kays! Oh, Kays has actually retired from session. Salink comes across the line in 5. Hayden 6, and he actually gets demoted by Defabe to 7th position. Caldo comes across the line in 8th, and there is I've forgotten who the last house was. Sorry, as I didn't get a chance to look at the name. Wow, goodness me, that was intense. That was very, very intense. So there it is then. A different lineup on the podium that we're used to seeing in the Sprint Series with Tim's retirement. But well deserved for Detainable. Well, the Toro Rosso squad. Smash in 2. And as we saw, Kozzy 3 in the Merc. Actually, Detainable did have a penalty, I beg your pardon, but Smash had 2 penalties to apply. The only driver in the top 10, the only surviving drivers that didn't have a penalty was Defabe. Very nicely done. So Smash 2, Kozzy 3, Smeech 4, Sailing 5, Defabe 6, Hayden 7, Calder 8, Skatey 9, and Kays. Despite the fact that Kays didn't actually finish it, he was still running at that point. 7 penalties, goodness me. Wow. What a stunner. Right, what's going to happen now is we will be getting the... excuse me, I'm out of breath. We will be getting our second grid sorted out for you. So the top 8 will be reversed from the first grid. Didn't need to do that. So bear with us a few moments as we just cut the pace for a moment whilst we sort out the second grid. We'll be back with you as soon as we can.
What do you say when there are no words? Feel a song that's never been heard. How do you know when you hear the call? What do you do when you've done it all? Cannonball, cannonball, cannonball. It's not what you do, it's how you do. Be anything you want to be. It's not what you got, it's how you use it. You be you and I'll be me, it's just a matter of style. You can't fake it, mile after mile, feeling free. If you got the soul, you can make it. Move them out, let them roll, from sea to shining sea. Ball, cannonball. What do you do when the mountain is there? How do you answer the challenging day? And when your back's against the wall, what do you do when you've done it all? Cannonball, cannonball, cannonball. It's not what you do, it's how you do. Be anything you want to be. It's not what you got, it's how you use it. You be you and I'll be me, it's just a matter of style. You can't fake it, mile after mile, feeling free. If you got the soul, you can make it. Move 'em out, let 'em roll, from sea to shining.
It is down to grid we go once again. As the 7... Oh, I was just saying that the countdown had started and it's just stopped and it's started again. Fabulous. Right, down to grid we go. The grid has been sorted out. Like I say, our top 8 are reversed. 9th downwards remain as they are. So let us see how that shuffles the order around. 10 seconds and down to the grid we go. Now, normally the second race is more intense than the first, so if that's the case, I might die of a heart attack because the first race was pretty damn impressive. But what a way to go, as I would always say. Right then, so just waiting for our drivers to confirm they are ready to go, which they all are. Fabulous. Right, down to track. We all know this sequence by now. Last minute alterations they want to make. Now's the time for the players to do it. Who's going to wait for them? Any changes they want to make from their previous run? I imagine Desainer will want to hang on to what he had last time. Sailing is the first to ready up, which triggers that 30-second countdown. In they come. 20 seconds, drivers, ready or not, we are going. Come on, adrenaline is absolutely flying. Right, for the final time in this sprint series, It's produced some incredible results, but here we go, down to track for the final time. It's Coldo on the front row this time. Wind him up and let them go. Can Hayden do anything about that first position? He gets cut off by Coldo. Look at that, 3 wide, Defabe, Smeet and Defabe. Oh, goodness me, that is Hayden that has flown miles wide by the McLaren. It's all good so far. As Smeet is saying they can swap in position. Look at that. Oh, my goodness me, someone really bouncing over the curbs. Oh, that's getting very, very close. Someone already had to get out of it. It was Defabe. Defabe had to take avoiding action. He's gone the wrong way around a curb. There's a bit of front wing flying across the road. I'm not entirely sure whose that was. Defabe right the way down there with Erskine at the tail end of the field. But let's jump back up to near the front then. Cozzy's just overtaken Smash. There they are, side by side, coming down towards turn 8. Let's get back up to our leader. Where is he? It's Coldo. He's managed to get himself a little bit of breathing space from Hayden, but he's got Smeed all over his rear wheel. The rear wing rather. Cozzy and Smash have swapped back positions. Oh, and look at that. That's detainable. Race winner and pole sitter from race 1 is trying his best to get back up through the field. He would have started in 8th position. He's got Timp on his tail. Oh, Smeed is sideways. Oh no, Smeed's disaster for the Williams. He's managed to recover and get going again. He's down in 9th. Oh, goodness me, that was Cage we saw flying off the road on the side of the shot there. What's that? Where's the Ferrari gone? Oh, he did manage to recover in time. Wow, goodness me. But look at that, Coldo's managed to actually get half a decent bit of breathing space between himself and the chasing Toro Rosso of Hayden. Smash is right there in the Force India, now in 3rd. Let's get our position change up, and Tim has had a great start again. Of course, he was starting near the back. He's up to 5th position now on the Mercedes of Cozzy. They come through turn 1 again. Still no DRS, remember. And Kalon is in the pit again. His race is getting even worse. Yeah, it was a bit of his front wing. You can see it on the left there. He's got one of those ultra softs. He's actually put another set on, according to that shot, which, well, okay. That's going to force you to come in again, I suppose. Okay, he's got his name on the penalty board first this time. That's Cozzy and Tim side by side then as they just come through that very tight turn 7. But Tim does not have DRS to help him. Cozzy's gone to the inside line trying to defend. Looks like most people starting on the super softs this time. Oh, we've lost Smeege. Oh no! Smeege was there in 9th. We've lost Temple of 1. Oh, massive smash. He's had a contact with someone and thrown him into the wall towards the end of that big straight heading down to turn 8. Oh, goodness me. Terrible, terrible run then for the Renault. As you can see there, Smeed just had a problem and is ghosted. We'll see if he is able to recover or not. Of course, the yellow flag's out for Temple of 1's stricken Renault. But already, Coldo is out of DRS range of Hayden, and he's got Smash in his tail, so Hayden's in for a long day. Tim's got past Cozzy for 4th position. As you can see, Smeed falling through the field then. What tyres are people running? Well, most people chose to start on the Super Softs. Now, that's going to be interesting to see if Kanon's able to stretch those Ultras to the end of the race. I'd be surprised. Ooh. As you just saw Smash, I think that was, get a very big snap of oversteer. It was either Smash or Tim, couldn't quite tell which one it was. And Smeed has rejoined, so as he hopefully he'll be able to retake his car again as Skatey's coming in with very little front wing to speak of. We've got no front wing. We've got a problem in sector 3. You don't know who that was. Smeed still hasn't taken control. And Smeed is back. Smeed is back in his car. Whoa, look at that. That's Hayden and Smash side by side. The Force India couldn't quite get the move done. On board with Smash though. Hayden is looking to defend now. First dose of DRS. Then Smash goes to the inside. That move is going to be done before he hits the braking zone. And oh, can he slow it down? Yes, he can. And there is turn 8 and 9. And there is ACR Timp in the McLaren just behind them. So Hayden can't concentrate, all eyes forwards. Now he's going to have the DRS on the Force India. And of course McLaren did as well. McLaren biding his time. He doesn't have to push too hard too soon. His teammate Coldo. Ooh! He saw how much opposite lock Tim had to put into that to stop it completely spinning out. Coldo now has 2-second lead over this pack fighting here. So he's enjoying a decent amount of space to try and run off into the distance. He has got those softer tyres on, and he's using them to great effect, but he, of course, will have to come in sooner than those immediately behind it. Oh, a bit of a lag moment there for Cozzy, who's got race winner Detainable right with him. Look at that. Tim is sizing up a move on Hayden. Can't quite get the pace he needs when he needs it. Smash is defending for all he's worth. Tim's going to get a great switch back then on the inside of turn 2. Outside of 3. Can he get it done? He can indeed. The McLaren is now up to 3rd position. Hayden can just hope to try and hang on to the back of that McLaren to keep dragging him along as Defabi and Erskable swap position down there in 9th position. Hayden then trying to look at the drive that Tim has had on the 8 of the 7. He's left Hayden really far behind in that 7/10 to the McLaren's favour. As Tim closes in a little bit. Oh! It looked like Cozzy flying off the road. It was indeed. We saw him go very, very deep into turn 8. Could not slow it down. He does have DRS just, but Detaineable's right with him. I guess Detainable had a problem as well. It was the amount of time Cozzy would have lost with that rather long excursion. You have to be very careful on how he re-enters. Oh, it's a big lag moment. That's going to be a bit worrying for Detainable, suddenly appearing inside an opponent's car. But thankfully, it hasn't caused an incident, and through into 5th goes Detainable. So he's got 2 seconds to close down to Hayden. And Tim has got to get his way past Smash. There's Caldo going out of the shop. McLaren 1-3 at the moment. Hayden gets his name on the penalty board for going too wide at turn 20. You can see the tails of most cars actually getting quite wide on that final turn 21. Now through turn 1, we're seeing again a lot of penalties being racked up. Still 2.5 seconds, just under for Caldo, and Defabi and Smeej both come in to the pits then. What's Smeej going to do? Has he got damage? Because he's already on the super soft tyres, so unless he started on those, he did. So he's actually onto the Ultras. Keep an eye on him. We'll see if he's able to stretch them out long enough. He's actually jumped Defabi in the pits, so I'm assuming Defabi's had a wing to put on then. Didn't cut to him quite in time to confirm that. A lot of pit stops still to happen. So a lot is going to change between now and the end of the race. It's Sailing and Case side by side. Look at that, the Ferrari, the Force India. And well played then by Sailing to claim that 7th position by the end of, through turn 8 rather. Ooh, they're getting very squirrely. Now Case going to have DRS on the Force India. Around the outside, can he get it done before turn 11? That's the next battle further up the road. Look at that. Trying to keep eyes on 2 different battles then. Sailing is just trying to fend off Kays, and Kays has had a great run. Sailing had a pretty bad run. Oh, look at that. Trying to commentate on 2 different battles at the same time. And where's Tim? Tim has managed to get it done at turn 19. That camera wasn't the most ideal one to see that happen. And Smash is now coming in. It's just earns himself another penalty. Oh, Tim. Goodness me. Massive tank snapper sending him towards the wall. Manages to save it. But Smash then is going to go onto those ultra soft tyres. And he's looking to take those all the way to the end. So most people are pitting at the same kind of time as they did last time. But they're doing the tyre strap the other way around, it would seem. Running the supers first and the ultras for longer. That's an interesting way of doing it. It's an interesting way of seeing how long those ultras can hang on for. Kays and Sailing still in their battle, heading down towards, that is turn 8. Ooh, no, it's not. It's turn 11, beg your pardon. It's not even that. It's turns 5 and 6. Turns 5, 6 and 7. Now onto the big back straight. Massive oversteer moment there for Kays in the Ferrari. That's on they go, continuing their battle. Cozzy and Detainable. We saw them swap position earlier with Detainable ending up inside Cozzy's car. The Mercedes has not let that one go yet. That is Hayden and Timp. You can just see in the bottom of the shot there. That's a big moment for Cozzy, then trying to dive on the outside of the Toro Rosso, and he's gone very wide. I think he got rather pushed wide. Manages to keep it out of the wall. Well played by both of them. Well defended by Detainable. So Detainable now up into 4th position. Oh, trouble. Is it Kalon? It is Kalon again. Oh, what a shame. Where? He's buried that at the end of turn 11. Oh, he's decided to continue. Oh, his ghost has decided to continue. Whether he actually chooses to continue as a driver remains to be seen. Timp and Hayden both in. Caldo is continuing on his own on the ultra soft tyres. He feels he's still got pace to use out of those tyres. So Timp onto the ultras. Hayden onto the ultras. Still pretty short succession for these two. It is still all to play for. Cozzy and Detainable now fighting for second position on those super soft tyres. They still have to pit, and Kalon has got a 5-second stop go for corner cutting, and that's all. He's just done his pit stop. That's going to turn it into a 10-second penalty as another 5 gets added for an unserved, unless of course he gets that appealed in the stewards, which he could well do. Hayden is on Smash's case for 7th position. The ultra soft shot Toro Rosso chasing down the ultra soft shot Force India. They come onto that long back straight. There you can see Timp and K's not far ahead of them. Keeping an eye on Caldo. What's he going to do? Kalon has come in, or Kalon's ghost has come in. Oh no, it is Kalon again. Speeding in the pit lane. Can it get much worse for the Red Bull runner? He has opted to retire. I am not surprised. We saw him heavily buried out there at turn 11. He has decided to call it a day on this particular race. So that is his car out. 12 cars still running. Let us see what Caldo does. Cozzy and Detainable still very, very close together. That's not a great camera. That is what it looks like on Cozzy's side. And Caldo is in. Oh, and again, he looked like he was able to... he struggled to slow that down before getting... Oh, we've lost Detainable! Oh, my goodness me! We've lost Detainable. There he is. That's on the pit lane entrance. Oh no, he's overcooked. He's trying to get into the pits. What a shame for Detainable. His car is ghosted, so he's not going to be a hazard to anybody else. Oh my goodness me. That is... oh, what a shame for Detainable. Caldo comes out of the pits then. Timp takes over the lead of the race. Caldo's going to be in 3rd place behind Kays. Kays has yet to pit. Timp has. So... we will see how he's able to hang on to that. Sailing is in the pits as well. He's coming out of the pits then on the ultra soft tyres in the Force India. Caldo then is looking to try and make a move on Kays as we are over halfway in this race now. On with the DRS opens. I'm tripping over my words again. And oh, that was a very strange moment. It looked like Kays was actually allowing Caldo through, and suddenly either changed his mind or there was a big lag moment that kind of caused a little bit of unpredictability in his car. We've lost Skatey now. The Haas, we've lost Skatey. He's actually opted to retire. He's in the pits. And that is Skatey out. But Caldo and Hayden side by side then as they're coming through 11, 12 and 13. And Kays has lost those positions as well. He's down to 5th. So Caldo lost that position to Hayes as well whilst we were looking away. Can he do anything about it, though? That is going to be the question. Ultrasofts on the Toro Rosso. Has Hayden been in the pits then? Let's see. Answer is he has. The only person that hasn't is Kays. So that is advantage Hayden. Oh, as Hayden goes a little bit wide. As we saw Tim getting his name on the fastest lap board. And Kays has come in a little bit late, but he's chosen to do it. So Timp leads by 2.5 seconds over the Force India of Smash, but Hayden has a narrow lead over Caldo. It's all going to be how long can he just push those tyres. That is going to be the ultimate question. We didn't see the Ultrasofts run too long in the pits last time. Smeeds gets a penalty. He's in 6th position. And we have trouble in sectors 1 and 3. Skater's car, no, his is in the pits as is Detainable. So we don't know who that is that's triggered that yellow flag in sector 3. We don't know unless we get a glimpse of it as we're coming into that sector now. The yellow flag is still out there, so I'm not 100% sure whose car that is. There is Tim. Let's keep an eye on Caldo and Hayden. DRS open, of course, for the McLarens. They come into turn 11. through 12 and 13. Smash is, whilst he's outside of DRS range of Hayden, he's not too far ahead, so one mistake will throw him into the clutches of the Toro Rosso and the McLaren. And around they come then, 17, 18, 19. Still not sure what's causing that yellow flag in Sector 3. That's the sector we are looking at, as now problem is in Sector 2. Oh, is it K's? It is! The Ferrari has had a big problem trying to recover at that's turns 8, 9 and 10, I think. No. That is 11 through 14 that he's had the problem on. So that is K's down to the back of the field. And Coldo is, as I thought he would, losing time on Hayden because of the fact that the Toro Rosso is on those ultra soft tyres. So now the field is beginning to spread out. In the background there you just saw Cozzy. And Salink is got his name on the penalty board as well. Whoo-wee! Well, the race just settled into a bit of a rhythm. What I'm going to do, I've had an offer from Kalon to offer a bit of insight. So what's going to happen is it's going to cause that to occur. So apologies for that. Whilst I sort that out. Just going to get back to the action whilst I try and get myself a co-commentator for the remaining laps of not only this race but also this season, just to kind of give us a bit of an insight as to what happens when, essentially. It's also nice to have another perspective on what is going on, not just my bafflings and guesses and what have you. Unfortunately, it's going to cause that to happen again. I apologise for that. So, just going to get myself into position. Again, apologies for the fact that that is the case. Right, then. He can't hear me for some reason. That is probably why. Kalon, can you hear me?
Oh, hello.
Hello there. Oh, we just lost Temple 1 from the session, but I think he's actually left the session. He retired, so I'm just going to go. Kalon, I think it's fair to say you've had a bit of a struggle in tonight's finale.
Yeah, basically the whole F2 season was a bit of a disaster. But I just wanted to write you that my game crashed out of the lobby, so it doesn't really make sense if I help you commentate.
Oh, that's fine. I mean, you can still answer questions as opposed to sort of directly commentate on what's going on. So, I mean, one thing I've been curious about, of course, you're one of our F1 drivers. How does this kind of help you prepare for, the main event, so to speak, the longer race the following day, or is this something that you can't really take much from before you go into the race the following day?
Originally, that was my thought, to prepare for the F1 races. And I do think it gives you some advantages, but for me it didn't turn out too well, because mostly I got caught out in the carnage on lap 1, because one shot falling, I hate it, and then I end up somewhere in P6, and then I lose front wings, and then it's basically running on my own and then losing concentration most of the time.
A great shame. So we have got 3 laps remaining here at Abu Dhabi. And as mentioned, Kalon is one of our top split drivers for the F1 leagues, which I get an opportunity to commentate on. And you've opted to stand down for the next season, which is perfectly understandable. Was that a difficult decision for you to make, or was it a case of I need to do this for? Obviously, you've cited your exams, which is perfectly understandable. Was that an easy decision to make, or was it something that was a bit of a bitter pill to swallow?
Yeah, of course, it's a bitter pill, but this kind of developed since the middle of the season, when you start thinking, should I do the next season? Do I have time for that? And the last results in F1 have really gone very disastrous. So I thought there's no point of me doing season 50. But you can always come back and hopefully that's the case for me in season 16 or 17 or something like that.
Sure thing, sure thing. Right, we have got so the battle here then. Escobar and Defabe for 8th position. The Williams having a look on the inside of the Sauber. Oh, big lockup coming into turn 8. Can he get it done? Not quite. Well defended then by the Sauber. So what sort of pointers can you give us for tomorrow's race then, Caleb? What sort of strategies, what kind of wing choices, etc.?
I think it's pretty easy one step. I think most of the guys will, or at least some guys will try the Ultra Soft, Super Soft. And I think if you're bad on Turbo, Ultra Soft could also be the case. I haven't done too much race practice, to be honest. And in terms of wings, like I'm running 1.7 wings.
So quite a lot on the back then for this race.
Like usual, to stabilize the car.
Cool stuff. So DRS, that would explain why DRS is very, very powerful here, or appears to really make a massive difference. Are most people going to run that? Because there have been some wing decisions I've been really quite surprised at, where some technical tracks like, I think it was Kota for instance, that I thought would be quite heavy wings, and it was really light wings, but with quite a heavy ballast towards the back.
Yeah, no, it's like, this kind of setup style has more developed in the middle stages of the season. Like in the beginning, it was more like 7 ballast and like 4-7 wings was I think in China or something. And then time after time it developed more into using 11 ballast to get the turn in, but like using super high rear wing to don't lose the back end all the time. I think like in Austria everyone was running 11 ballast, and I think from that point on it just was the case of 10 or 11 ballast in every race.
I see. As we enter our final lap then. So I'm not meaning to cut you off there, Ken. I'm just keeping an eye on what's going on. But you know how quickly the corner count just completely disappears. Our yellow flags are going a little bit crazy, I think. They're trying to turn with these yellow flags absolutely everywhere. How long will these Ultra Softs realistically... Well, how long do the two tyre sets last realistically, Ultras to Supers? How many laps can you get out of them?
That's a good question, actually. I don't know.
to be decided.
Yeah, I think I'll do some race practice tomorrow.
Sure. Awesome stuff. Right, great three-way battle then. This is for 3rd position. That's Coldo, Hayden and Cozzy fighting for that last podium spot. Timp is out there on his own, nearly 8 seconds of the lead, and that's Kays that is crawling along. What has happened to him? Has he got no front wing? He's got no front wing, so I'm assuming the Ferrari is going to retire. Yes, he does. He's ghosted at very, very least. Timp got a cheeky bit of slipstream off of him, and why not? So, and Hayden and Cozzy. Oh, look at that. The Mercedes just managed to defend off the Sauber, as Cozzy then goes up into 4th place. But here is Timp then going under the bridge. 2 more turns to go for the sprint champion. No trouble there through 20, through 21. Your winner in the 2nd race here at Abu Dhabi. Big old wiggle to himself is ACR Timp. It's going to be 2nd place for Smash in the Force India.
Good job.
Yeah, he's going to be quite happy with that. Coldo, starting from pole, he will be quite happy with the podium spot, I'm sure. Cozzy is going to take 4 with Hayden. Spun it. He's not crossed the line yet. He's going to go over backwards. Okay, he's got 22 seconds behind sailing. And why not? Do it in style. That is that is 5th position for Hayden. And who's that? Oh, that's the Ferrari of Kays doing donuts. He's already last and lap down, so why not? Enjoy your time out there. Sailing comes across the line in 6th position. Smeej in the Williams had to make a very late pit stop, so he comes across the line in 7th. Won't be too pleased with that, I imagine. Defabe haven't seen Smeej got the fastest lap right at the end. Why not? So Defabe comes across the line in 8th, and that just leaves Escobar to take the last running car, and there we go. Kays was the last man to cross the line, minus quite a bit of front wing. What a season it has been. Thank you, Kalon, for coming in at the last minute there to give us some insight.
It's a pleasure.
Great to have you along for those few moments. Well, it's the man we're used to seeing on the top spot. It is ACR Timp, taking the final win of this inaugural season of the Sprint Series. Smash has already left. He has second. He's the twice in a row. He's taken that Abu Dhabi second place podium. So Timp won, Smash 2. Absolutely everybody had at least 2 penalties on the board this time. Timp 1, Smash 2, Coldo 3, Cozzy 4, Hayden 5, Salic 6th, Smee 7, Defabi 8, Escable 9, and Kays rounds out the top 10. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for being with us. Thank you again, Kadon, for jumping in for the last few moments there in the commentary box.
Yeah, sure, man. No problem. It was a pleasure for that few moments, at least. And something Tim just asked me if he could come to commentary box because he's like a F2 champion and he wanted to say something.
Absolutely.
I know if you have time or anything.
Yes, we certainly have. We will have our freshly crowned champion in the box. It is ACR Timp. So taking the final win of the season. You were crowned a couple of rounds ago, but nonetheless, I'm sure you've enjoyed your time in this sprint series. How are you feeling, Mr. Timp?
Yeah, I mean, this is very funny, yeah. Yeah, I mean, I won the championship in Mexico, but yeah, and I missed Brazil, but yeah, this is funny. A good league, and now it ended kinda sad, I guess.
Well. So, did you kind of have hopes of claiming the championship before the season started, or were you really unsure of how this season, how the sprint series was going to go? Of course, this is the first season that this sprint league has run for, so it was a little bit of unknown to start with. Were you quite confident coming into this?
Well, yeah, obviously when I saw the driver lineups, I was like, if I don't win this is gonna be pretty embarrassing. So I tried to so I was pretty confident when I started this league, but then it shoved and I finished by over 100 points before second position. So yeah, I guess that shows that I was the fastest guy in the league.
And to be fair, you were still in contention for the F1 championship up until last round. So I mean, it just shows how your raw skill as well. So I hadn't actually prepared any questions for you. You had a pretty disastrous first round. So what happened to you?
Well, basically, I don't know if you saw the turn 1 incident in there. So I got 5 second stop and go penalty because I had to avoid car on that crash. So I didn't wait for a car because he spun or something like that. So obviously, when I went for pit, I got 5 second stop and go. So I was behind Smeech and Cozzy. So after that, I was pretty annoyed, and I just tried to push very hard and try to overtake them. And then in the turn 3, I just went too wide. I mean, went too fast and just got understeer and hit the wall. But yeah, without penalties, it will have been a very exciting race with D-Double and Smash, but it wasn't meant to be.
Even the greats make mistakes.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, that is going to sum it up then for this F2 Sprint Series. My name is King-Kodiak. I've been your commentator for this round. Thank you very much to those that have been with us throughout the stream, even with our technical difficulties at the beginning. It's always a great pleasure. We will see you back here tomorrow for the main event. The main F1 League races will be broadcast here on this very channel. So we will see you then. Thank you very much, and good night.